Hi, John Bits. Good morning. Hi, guys. Good morning. While we wait for Miss USA to start in a bit, I have a... Hi, Rubia! Good morning! Ganda Josa. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, while we wait for my guest to send her live request, consider this as your pre-Miss USA event muna. Warm up muna before the big Miss USA finals pageant happening in a little while all over from Tennessee. Hi Rabia, thanks for tuning in. I'll be interviewing one of your friends. Hope one of your friends in Miss Universe batch. Hulaan mo ko sino. I hope you could tune in so you'll get to know her more then, and hopefully after this, BFF na rin kayo. Okay, I'm waiting for her live request. So shall I do my intro now before she pops in? Oh, let's just wait for her. Thank you all to the 39 people who are tuning in right now, 41. Oh wait, where's... I'm waiting for her. Guys, while we wait for her, guys, I hope you... thanks Rubia. Wow, ang aga mo magising ngayon. And ready ka na ba for your homecoming in a little while tuloy? Very, very soon. In just a matter of days, you'll be finally landing in your hometown. I'm so excited to repost all those videos, photos that will be coming our way here on our social media accounts for your grand homecoming. I can't wait. Where is she? Oh, there she go. Eto na. A request na. Ako na pala nag-send na request para ano.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi! Hello!
Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Good morning over there. You look fabulous.
Thank you. You do as well. I can say I'm so excited. I've been reading some comments and I saw Rabia is around. So, hi.
Yeah, Rabia, hi.
It's
Rabia.
so good that you're here. And everyone else, thank you so much for joining us and for joining me here.
Right. Thank you, Road to MUPR, for tuning in. Hola, Road to MUPR. Rabia, hello. I have your Miss Universe sister with me right now. I hope you could tune in, get to know her more. So you'll be chica with her
Chica chica
after
friend. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
All right, let me do my introduction first. All
Go
right.
ahead.
So, hi guys, welcome back to Hey Adam G Live, your online Queenspiration talk. Today I have a very special guest. As they say, timing is everything, and I like the fact that Puerto Rico likes to keep the momentum going in Miss Universe right now. And in that respect, I like the fact how the organization, chose not to rush things and simply appoint her this year. So without further ado, here she is, finally being given a chance to interview her since her appointment last September 24. Please say hello to Miss Universe Puerto Rico, Estefania Soto Torres, live all the way from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. I know it's really early over there in the Philippines, so thank you for tuning in for everyone that's on that side of the world. And then for other people that are joining us from this side of the world, thank you also for joining, and good evening, because it's now 7:30 p.m. in Puerto Rico.
Yes. Good evening over there and good morning over here, because it's such a lovely, beautiful Tuesday morning here in my country.
How is everyone doing over there? I heard that there might be some storms coming, or what's that?
Yes, there's another one. There's another one who will be arriving in 24 hours time, and it will hit our country, the provinces below our city, like down south of Manila.
Oh, I hope it's not too hardcore on you guys. I think coming from an island in Puerto Rico with a lot of history with hurricanes, we know how anxious that can, make you feel. So I hope it's not too hardcore, hopefully.
Yes. But you know what, Estefania, we're so used to it. Typhoons,
Yeah,
20 typhoons arrive in our country annually. So we're
it's
so used
crazy.
to it.
Yeah,
We're already used to the evacuating and all the procedures that need to be done in order for us to be safe when typhoons,
yeah.
super typhoons, hurricanes arrive. And I understand Puerto Rico also experiences hurricanes
Yes,
from
that's
time to
true.
time.
Yeah, but I think, what's really important is like you say, if you have resources and you know them, then chances are you are able to deal with it in a more
Yes,
positive way.
exactly.
So that's good. That's good.
Since you brought it up, has Puerto Rico recovered from the devastation of Typhoon Maria a few years ago?
Yeah, well, I think it's a very tricky situation with a recovery. Of course, a lot of things have already been running as they should. There's also a lot of things that are still need to be,
Yeah.
given some power and structure to be able to go and run. But thankfully, I think from that experience, we have learned a lot. And one of the things is oh, sorry, specifically knowing your resources, like what I started saying, it's really important to identify from such an experience what it is that you need, and then sort of keep that in mind to see how you can deal with a future experience like that. So, yeah,
It's such, it's such a huge topic nowadays.
it
We can
is
really feel it. Global warming, everyone is affected. So let's hopefully, we could really take care of our environment so that, we could experience less typhoons and all these things Mother Nature is, giving us, you know.
totally.
Yeah. So let's now focus to you. So it's finally great to have you on the show. You
Thank
know what?
you. So happy
I've
to
been
be here.
here. Yeah, I've been here. Not the more I look at you right now, the more I see the resemblance that you have with Emily Blunt, the Hollywood star.
Oh, yes, I've heard that a lot before.
Do you
With
usually get that?
Emily. Yes, I think I've heard Emily Blunt, Kate Winslet, but Emily Blunt is one that comes up really, really a lot of times and really often. Yeah.
Yes, my favorite movie is The Devil Wears Prada. I don't know if you've seen that movie, so
Yes, of
I must have
course.
watched that movie for 1,000 times
Me
already.
too.
So when I saw your picture and I'm seeing your glam shots right now, every now and then, and then I realized, maybe doesn't she look like
Yeah, there's
Emily
something
Blunt?
going on there. Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I also, people sometimes tell you, "Oh, you look like this person," but then you're really like, "Oh, okay." But that Emily Blunt comparison is one of the comparisons that I go like, I kind of actually see what other people see in the picture. So, yeah, I can say there's some Emily Blunt around.
Yeah, yeah. It's Emily. And then there's
Emily.
Emily in Paris. I
Emily
don't
in
know if you.
Paris. Oh my God. Yes, I watched it and I finished it in one night and I want more because
Oh,
there's only one season of it. And
yes,
I got hooked up on it. It's really lovely. I really liked it.
me too, me too. It's
Yeah,
such an escapist show. Like, oh, when can we travel again?
I
I want that.
know.
You know, so, how do you feel that you have? So going back to you, how do you feel that you have been given this privilege to wear the Miss Universe Puerto Rico title and represent your country to the Miss Universe stage next year?
I feel really challenged. I feel challenged to, step up in these shoes and grab this title specifically in these Corona times and COVID times that we're living. I think another level of responsibility. And I always, every morning that I wake up, I feel challenged to do what's expected of a queen, because there's always these expectations of a queen, but then to do a little bit more and to reinvent myself as a queen, specifically in the times that we're living. And then I gotta say, every morning that I wake up, I'm still waking up from that dream. And I have to say that every day I wake up and I believe it a little bit more, a little bit more. So it's been an amazing dream in transition of becoming real and real with every passing day.
So has it already sunk in? It's already sunk in.
Yes, yes.
You know, the title of Miss Universe Puerto Rico is such a highly coveted title. You know, it's a highly contested as well. So with such massive number of people in your island, it must really feel good
Yes, it
to say.
does. Totally. And like you said at the beginning of the live, I feel very blessed and lucky that the organization locally really saw the potential that I had and saw an opportunity to transform me and to work with what I had to offer. So I feel very lucky, very, very lucky.
Yes. So my next question is, did you expect to be appointed
Oh my
for this
God,
title?
no, not at all. Because well, first of all, you compete in a pageant, and so there's a lot of girls that have this, story and a lot of experience with pageants, and they compete in several pageants. In my case, I had never competed before, so I decided to give it a try, and then I made it to first runner up. And to me, I sort of closed that chapter and kept on with my life. So I never ever imagined that this situation would come up, and much less in the times that we're living where limitations seem to be everywhere. There's so many limitations with the COVID, and you would never think, or at least I never thought, okay, there's still among this bunch of limitations a possibility for me to represent the country. So I had no clue. It came as a huge surprise, I have to say. And also, it came at a moment where I was going through a hard time, experiencing COVID and the whole, not being really sure how long would you be able to stay at work for, because a lot of people lost their jobs. And I was also going through that situation. And then it came from a place of a lot of fear, I would say, and oh my God, what's going to happen with me, into a space of hope and just excitement to be able to do this and do something big and important. So I could say that was my experience.
Yes, for sure. You must have felt pleasantly surprised when you got that phone call. So
Yes,
prior
totally.
to this, you had no idea that they would appoint you, that they would handpick someone.
Well, I think maybe around March, there were already some rumors about, the possibility, if there's the COVID is complicating things, that maybe every country could send their first runner-ups. I heard about it. I read a little bit about it, but there's a lot of things that go through this pageant world, and sometimes you really have to wait for the thing to become official. So by March, I was like, oh yeah, that would be great, but I don't think so. And then it was only by at the end of June and July, then I saw a text message from Denise Quinones, the director of Miss Universe Puerto Rico. And then I thought, well, if I'm in, all over the other side of the world, and I have received a text message from Denise Quinones, I guess it will be not only to say, hi, how are you doing? I guess it will be to discuss this, amazing possibility that has come up.
Yes.
So yeah.
So speaking of Denise Quinones, how has your mentorship been going with her so far? How is
Oh my
she as a
God.
mentor and a national director?
She's great. She has this amazing way of working and way of promoting authenticity in every single one of the girls. And I've seen it with Kiara, and I've seen it with Madison, and now I'm experiencing it myself. So it's super exciting to be able to, get to know her. Of course, we're always in the working context, but those little moments of, intimate moments, for example, when she gives me runway class, it's really a moment also to see a little bit more of her true self, like who she is. And I love just her peace and composure and, yeah, just clear vision of what she wants Miss Universe Puerto Rico to be. And I feel very blessed and lucky to be able to work directly with her. Yeah.
So she's very hands on to you.
Yes, I think she's always been. I think she has always been, there for every single one of us. And it's a priority for her to make sure that we feel her around, even though she's not sometimes in the shootings, or sometimes I also take classes with other people from the team. She's always paying attention, always giving a call or a little text message to know, hey, I'm here. How are you doing? I'm very proud of what you did. And that's also really nice to know that she, as a head of the organization, still worries a lot about the experience, not only about our transformation as queens, but also about how we are experiencing it, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people already have an idea that it's a tough job, but we do it with a lot of motivation and a lot of passion, of course.
Yes, yes. So there's a question here from Miss Philippines backstage. So I asked about Denise Quinones. Have you also spoken to Madison, your batchmate,
Yes.
regarding this? Have you asked tips, sought her advice?
Yes, well, definitely when I came back to Puerto Rico, because I was living in the Netherlands when I got the news, so I had to come back to Puerto Rico. And when I came back to Puerto Rico, the first week, one of the few people that I saw was Madison. I was able to see her and just to talk a little bit with her about her experience in terms of when you get there, how things, how you should do things, what things you shouldn't do. And more than sitting down to speak to her, because she was also very busy and we did record some things together, just really looking at her performance and looking and admiring and learning from her delivery whenever I came across
Yes,
her in a photo shoot, or even while we were recording and doing, the show for the coronation, the official coronation. Just
yes.
looking at her confidence, the way, how she stands, how she looks at the camera, for me has been, one of the clearest example of what I need to incorporate into my representation.
Oh, that's nice to
Yeah,
hear. You know, from one queen to another, the love must be so real for each other's. Wait,
totally.
before we continue, can we give a shout out to all the followers, to all the people who are tuned in? There's 93 people who are tuned in right now. I want to give a shout out
Yes.
to Jay Fornes. I think they're all your fellow countrymen.
Thank you for being here, guys.
Candra Torres, the next crown. J Melody says you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Kebela ves, wow, Kebela te ves reina. Abner says nuestra reina. They're sending Kebela Estefania. Who else?
Oh, that's so
You look
sweet.
beautiful. Smile more
Thank
often, my
you.
dear. Your smile is so heartwarming. Evelis
Thank
Maria
you.
says, not PR89 says, me encanta ese cambio de imagen que le hicieron de organización.
Wow. I gotta say,
Haciendo un buen trabajo.
thank you so much for that comment. But I'm sorry, Adam, your Spanish is really good.
Really? I think
It is. Are you kidding me? Like,
maybe it's
everyone
probably
should
our
comment on how
language
good
is
your
kind of
Spanish is.
maybe it's because our language is kind of similar to yours because we both
Yes,
have been colonized by the
by
Spanish.
Spanish, yes.
As I was researching more about you, I stumbled upon Puerto Rico's history, and we both both our countries, Philippines and Puerto Rico, have
They are a
been
lot alike.
ceded by Spain to the United States during
Yes.
when Spain lost the war to the United
Yeah,
States back in
yeah,
1898. Yes, right.
we have
So
a
we
lot
share
in
the same
common.
history and
Yes,
culture.
and not only history, I have to say this, we share a lot of tradition, like food traditions. You gotta talk about lechon.
Yes, yes. Lechon is crazy here. Like, yeah, yes.
You have a lot in common, like the language is it's so connected, our food, our history. So it's very lovely to be able to share also this passion for pageantry, something else that we have in common.
Yes, yes. And years for the past for more than 300.
Yeah.
So the Spanish heritage is very evident in our culture. So there a lot of questions are, a lot of comments are coming into you. Estefania Solo, Faita La Corona, Universo Borincano says, Estamos orgullosos de nuestra reina. Gracias,
Oh,
Adam, por entrevistaria esos PR sources. Last
thank you
one.
so much.
Quiero que ella, si nuestra sexta aquí se puede ver que ella es todo una Miss Universo, not PR89 says.
Woo! Thank you
So,
so much, guys. So much
thank you,
love. Thank you.
thank you so much for sending all those love and heartwarming messages to our queen, Stefania. So let's talk about your very successful pageant journey. How did pageantry start for you?
Oh my God, pageantry started for me in 2019 when I decided to participate in a local pageant. And it was an amazing experience, a transitional experience because I was always, working as a model and I had to discover that touch of being a queen versus being a model. So that was my first experience and I really enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, I'm so surprised that you joined a Miss pageant, Miss Universe Puerto Rico, that one, considering that you have an amazing resume. I'm reading up on you, and wow, you graduated with a degree, with a master's degree in cultural mediation from University of Leuven in Belgium.
Yes,
It ranks one of the 50 best universities around the world. So can you tell
yes.
us what your course is all about? What do you end up with that course? Being a diplomat or pursuing a career in the foreign service?
Yeah, actually, my master's degree is an interdisciplinary master course. So that means I studied one topic, which was migration or immigration, from different perspectives. So we studied through the perspective of cultural anthropology, gender studies, and sociology. And what we did was actually analyze and study contexts where migration flows were present and analyze the needs and challenges that were brought into those contexts. And in terms of the labor market, it's really a combination of that theoretical preparation and the experience that you have. But in general, it's a really cool master's degree because you have a lot of exits. You could end up working at a non-governmental organization or at a government agency, embassies. You could also be in the academic world as a professor, diplomat, a lot of things. So I'm very happy that I was able to be part of such an amazing experience.
You must be an intellectual, considering that you studied in that university. I've been hearing so many good things about Leuven University, and it's my
Yeah.
first time to talk to someone who comes from there, who came from
Oh,
that
thank you
city.
so much. It was an amazing experience. I was able to, have the same experience with a lot of students from around the world, two of them Filipino people, which I love a lot, Aaron and Trisha. I love you. I don't know if you're watching, but I love you. And I think I was just really blessed and happy and lucky to experience that kind of resource that we have there nowadays. We live in 2020 and mobility is so possible for everyone in every single aspect of it, physical mobility, but then mobility of ideas, of knowledge, of experiences. And I just feel really lucky. And one of the things that motivated me to be in this platform is to actually share my experience and to let people know, hey, this is there. You can also have that experience. If you work hard and you're motivated and you have a vision, you can also, go to a really good place to study and meet people from different parts of the world and learn from them. So it's really one of my biggest treasures in life, that experience.
Oh, is that also the reason that attracted you to the Miss Universe Puerto Rico pageant system?
Well, I think so. I have to be very honest, and I have to say that I was never giving attention to the pageantry world until, thanks to life, one day I come up with this article on the Miss Universe Puerto Rico, and I actually pay attention to reading about it and to reading what the platform stands for. And I said, wow, it's actually what I've been wanting to do, even from the academic world and the professional world, this passion for becoming a leader, for spreading messages that are important nowadays. You know, it's a lot of people ask me, like you were commenting, like, you have such a great resume. What are you doing in Miss Universe? And honestly, it is no different the reason why I'm here than the reason that I started studying my studies and following my courses. That motivation of, like I said, being a leader, being a role model, fighting and spreading the words for the things that are needed to change in society. That was my motivation when I went abroad to study and obtain my degree. And actually, that's my motivation today, you know, with the Miss Universe. So, yeah, it's really amazing.
So do you think do you think you're coming in such a perfect time in pageantry world right now? Since a girl's story or a background like yours seems to be the narrative nowadays.
I definitely think I'm at the best moment of my life to do this. I think I'm really well prepared. But I have to say, regardless of the amount of degrees that you have, it's really about the story behind. And I believe you can have an amazing story and no degrees at all, or the other way around.
Yes.
So I think it's really concentrating in how you can share your story, how you can make people connect with your story.
Yes.
Even if you don't have a master, you don't have to have a master's degree to be a great Miss Universe. In my case, that's part of what I have to offer. It's part of the knowledge that I have to bring. So I'm going to hold on to that as the representation of who Estefania Soto is. But it really is a focus on the narrative and how real your story is. And for me, I feel I am the best prepared as I can be right now to share my story from the best place that I can do it.
So what do you think? So given with what you said, what do you think has been the narrative in the past? And where do you think this narrative will go now and until the future?
You mean in terms of the pageants of the Miss
Yes,
Universe
yes.
platform?
Yeah, the Miss
Yeah, so
Universe narrative.
yeah. So I think it has always been, of course, about women. It has always been about celebrating and admiring women. But if I think about the transition, you know, I think at the beginning it was more about the admiration of the female figure, the way that she looked outside. And I think the past years have been more about let's still admire females and the female figure, but as an integral human being that can give both inside, both outside and inside. And now I think that admiration, that integral admiration is, you know, doing this transition into positions of leadership, which is great
Yes.
and needed, you know? So I would say that's how I've seen the whole story with Miss Universe.
Yeah, I like what you're saying right now. You talk about leadership and how Miss Universe is providing this opportunity to a lot of young women like you. It's relevant. So speaking of that, do you think the relevance of a pageant like Miss Universe is also enhanced by the fact that it could also be seen by a lot of by millions of people on an annual basis? Or do you think or do you think the relevance comes from something else?
Oh, wow. Okay, I have to say, definitely viewers and people are the ones that decide how relevant a show or a platform, in this case, Miss Universe, is. You know, they decide with their support. So that's definitely something that plays a good role when in terms of, you know, the relevancy of Miss Universe. What I also think makes it even more relevant nowadays is the nature of what's being celebrated. It is, like I said, about women. And now more than ever, we are very aware of the potential that we have as women. And we are very courageous and very excited to promote that potential, not only as, you know, women becoming role models for other women, but more than that, you know, women becoming vehicles of a unifying message, a global unifying message that transcends gender or cultures or nationalities. And I think that's really relevant nowadays. Now we have to, you know, do a little bit more than, I've always said this, do a little bit more than just smile or, you know, strike a great pose. You have to use that platform. And I think that's what makes nowadays Miss Universe pageant more relevant than ever, I would say.
So you, so hearing with what you said, you know, you like the backstories, the narratives, everything that has been changing in Miss Universe lately. You won't mind taking it. Don't mind taking. You don't mind the glam aspect of the competition taking a backseat, or do you also like the glam aspect
Of
of the
course.
competition?
You gotta have glam if it's Miss Universe. You cannot have only a leader that doesn't wear some eyelashes, and does
Yes,
her hair. I think it's really the mixture of it, and I love it, and I'm discovering it. Like I said it before, I've never been this girly in my entire life, and
yes.
it's been great. I love it. I love this version of me. So yeah, I enjoy the glam, the glitter, the fake eyelashes, and yeah, it's
The
great.
prize package
The
as
prize
well.
packet, yes, I have to say that
Have you
as
gotten
well.
your car already?
I do. I have my car, an
Oh,
amazing car from Mitsubishi, and I
yes.
am now in. I'm doing this live from my apartment that I'm also very lucky to have. And yeah, I do have all my prizes. I'm very, very lucky to have them.
Yeah. I saw the prize package and go, whoa! It feels like, a Miss Universe Puerto Rico was just all, feels like winning Miss Universe already with the
I
with the
know,
prize package in store
I
for
know, and
you.
it's crazy because I thought, well, maybe this year, with COVID, I know there's gonna be a lot less maybe, but I am so happy, and we've been really lucky to have all the people and all the sponsors to say yes again this year. So that means a lot for everyone.
Okay. So now that you are the reigning Miss Universe Puerto Rico, I'm interested to know if you have a full-time job. Because a while ago you mentioned that you went all the way, you came back to Puerto Rico all the way from Netherlands. So I assume you're working there.
I was working, but my full-time job now it's being Miss Universe Puerto Rico. That's what I'm doing right now. That's my
but before
full-time job
that,
right now.
but before assuming the title, what
I
was your day job?
was, yes, I was working at the European Patent Office, and there I was
Oh,
working in the Logistical Services Bureau, and we were a group of 6 girls from all over the world, actually, and we were in charge of processing all the services and making sure everything was running smoothly. So I was working there. I started working there, and then Corona happened, a pandemic happened, and I was without job for 2 months, and then I worked with them again. And then I got the call, and I thought, yeah, this is an amazing experience. I cannot say no to.
so I assume you're currently on leave from your work.
I am. I am.
Uh-huh.
That was an amazing experience, and I'm really happy because I did leave a lot of doors open there, and a lot of people are
Uh,
also supporting me and very happy
oh,
that I came back home to do this. So also very happy to have that support.
yeah, it's so nice for that company to really give their all-out support to you, considering that you'll be gone away for such a long time and longer if ever you win
Yeah.
Miss Universe. I also
Yes.
read that
Hope so.
you speak 4 languages. You're multilingual. Which languages do you speak?
So, español es mi lengua materna. I
Yes.
learned English in school. And
Yeah.
then j'ai appris le français parce que j'adore le français. Je voulais être interprète.
French.
Oui,
Is that French?
oui. En ik heb een beetje Nederlands geleerd. 1 jaar geleden. Toen ik was in Mexico-stad en in Nederlands. Dus ik spreek een beetje
Oh.
Dutch.
No, that's because you're working there, right? What made
Yes.
you take up French? I'm curious. Is that a minor you took up in college?
No, it was a very practical choice. I wanted to get into the world of international organizations and be able to communicate with other people from other cultures. And in those contexts, there are always like these main languages that you always need to at least know of to be able to do your job and to work in there in this context. And of course, I had Spanish, which was one of the languages, English, and then French was one of them. And at the university in Puerto Rico, they have an amazing foreign language program. And out of the languages that they offered, French was one of them. So that's why I chose French.
Oh, I want to learn French too, especially after watching Emily in Paris.
Yes, especially after watching Emily and go order croissant and yes, a
Yeah.
baguette.
Yes, everything about that show. So listen,
Yes.
there's no date about when Miss Universe will be. So what are the things that you are looking forward to the rest of your reign?
Oh my God, I cannot wait to see like my final look, the final night, like everything. Because right now I'm going through a process of transformation. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
And I'm
Yes.
very curious to know how it evolves. I'm very excited about meeting the girls. I wonder who's going to be my roommate and how everything's going to, work with this whole pandemic thing. If we're going to have to use like masks and how's that going to impact the way that we present ourselves to the jury. I guess we'll have to be very creative if that's the case. And of course, the final night. I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that final moment and, when we're all being stage giving our best.
Yeah, because I have a tip. Miss USA is happening right now, and they have
Yes.
been wearing masks when they are on stage, when they are all together on stage. I've been reading some articles about them, and they've been clever with using what type of mask that they will wear for the show. Some have this silk feature inside that their mask, so that if ever that their lip color won't stain on the mask,
Oh, okay.
so it
That's
won't
really good.
affect how they will look in front of the camera, because there's a silk feature. I don't know, a cloth that would
Yeah.
prevent them from staining their lip
Well,
color
that's
to the
great. That's
to
good
the
to know
sheet.
that, yeah, we will still have some resources. I'm just thinking about maybe a mask that it's transparent and you can still see the lips of the girl or something and how she looks. I don't know. But you got that
Yeah.
means we got to step up our game when it comes to,
Yeah.
smiling with the eyes and flirting with the
Yes.
eyes.
Yes,
It's
make
still
sure that your
possible.
eyes will do the talking. So I don't know
Yes.
what kind of eyeshadow or makeup
Yeah,
thing that
some
you
a
guys
combination of
will do.
makeup and, you got to get your
Yeah.
game on.
Because I'm reading the articles about Miss USA right now. Some girls have even color coordinated their masks with their outfits. But then when
Yeah.
they went to the host city or the venue already, they were given a lot of masks to
Oh,
wear.
okay.
So that's something that you should also prepare, because and the preliminary interviews have been done online way before, like
I
few weeks
know.
before the competition started, with only one judge, and then the rest of the judges will just view their online interviews individually. So that's,
Oh,
I don't know if
yeah.
they will apply everything to Miss Universe very soon.
Yeah, I guess this is a moment
That's
to see what really works and what doesn't.
Yeah. So, last two questions before we end this segment of the competition, this segment of the interview. What
Woo!
what do you hope to achieve with your reign?
Yes, I want to be part of works and collaborations that, attend to the needs of this moment in life. I think that's really my goal. To make the role of Miss Universe very relevant and to make sure that the motivation and work that I put there, it's also contributing to that same vision. I would love to, also work as a model. Of course, if that's part of it. That's part of the whole Miss Universe thing, and that's one of my passions for since forever. But just the idea of being a leader and making a change that really,
Yes,
it
yes,
really just makes me, it really makes my heart pound really hard, and hopefully, I'll be able to do that.
yes. Nice, nice. I love that you're taking advantage of this massive platform to be given to you to be able to reach out to more people in your
Yes.
nation. So, what about for those girls out there who are looking up to you right now? Young girls dreaming to become like Estefania right now, a very successful career woman who has inherited the title of Miss Universe. What can you advise them about joining pageants and having this experience so far?
I think it's really important that they're not afraid to portray the woman that they want to portray, regardless of what type of woman it is, regardless if it is a very fancy, girly, or tougher, edgier version of a woman. Be brave enough and don't be scared to do that. But in that process of building up your portrayal, also be wise enough to listen to people that know a lot of things and that are experts in this industry to integrate what they have to say in your portrayal. I think that's one of my experiences right now. I think I have a very um, strict view of how I want to present myself, but I've faced a lot of moments where I've had to, okay, this is what I want to be, this is how I want to show myself, But I also recognize that it's a work in team, you know, it's a collaboration. And every single person has to say something from their perspective that will, at the end, make you shine as bright as you can. So have that in mind. Be brave to be yourself and to show who you want to show, but be wise enough and humble enough to listen to what others have to say.
Yes, yes. Listen to your inner voice at the same time. Take advice from a lot of people around you, whether it be your parents, your mentors, or people who you just
Yes.
simply look up to. All right,
Yeah.
that's a nice message. I hope a lot of girls are tuning in right now to
Yes,
have
I hope so.
that kind
Take
of to
notes.
have that dose of inspiration coming from you. So let's now
Yes.
go to the lighter side of this interview, where I'll ask you light, rapid questions,
Okay.
light, rapid fire, fun questions. So off the top of your head,
Okay.
you'll just say answer everything that I will ask you. This is a light, fun personality type of question. So for us to get to know you more, because we've been asking you serious stuff, so it's time to we don't expect beauty queens to solve our world problems nowadays. So
Okay. Thank God.
it's time to take a breather. Yeah,
But these
before
questions made me so nervous. Okay, I'm ready.
yeah, all right. So are you ready?
I think I am.
Okay, let's start. This will this will be just very quick. So, off the top
Okay.
of your head, answer it. At what age did you start dreaming to become Miss Universe Puerto Rico or Miss Universe?
You know that I, at a very early age, I would say maybe 16, I had already this idea or an image and motivation to become a leader, to do something different and to have an impact. But I think it was until 2019 when I came across this article and I saw Chiara Lee's amazing job and I read about the organization that I really saw that it was possible to do what I wanted to do in the Miss Universe platform.
That's nice, Kiara. I love Kiara.
Yes.
I met her. I met her way back in when she competed in Miss Universe when it was in Bangkok, because Bangkok is closer to Manila distance wise. So I was able to see her personally, and she looks amazing in person.
Yes, she's great. She is
And I hope
great.
to meet you in person too. Oh,
I
God
hope
knows
so
where
too. I hope so
and God
too,
knows
with
where
our
Miss
mask and
Universe will be.
everything.
Yeah. Next question. What is one interesting trivia people still don't know about you?
Ah. Um, okay, so I used to not like my name, Estefania. I found it was very long and too serious.
Yes.
This is, of course, when I was maybe 10 or 11 years old. And I did not like my name at all, but then I got over it and I love it nowadays. And by the way, I recently discovered that Estefania means crown. So
Oh,
I know I cannot ignore that fact. So it makes me love it even more. So yeah,
wow. I've never also heard that same information.
it's
Yeah.
mind
Wow.
blowing.
So that kind of bodes well for you as you prepare for Miss Universe. Oh, my name means signifies a
Definitely.
crown. So
Definitely.
might
And
as
now for,
well.
for getting this title now, it's like, whoa, I guess it was meant to
I might
be.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So next question. What are you not very good at?
Playing several sports, volleyball, football, soccer, basketball. No, I'm not that good. I guess if I train well, I can beat all of you, but not for now.
Tell me something that's true that nobody agrees you on. Tell me something that's true that nobody agrees you on.
No one's streaky. I don't want to say everyone agrees with me.
It's okay.
No, no, no. But
Okay.
I think, it's just something that came up to mind with your question. I was reading some articles on pros and people that were against and for beauty pageants, and there was this discussion about how beauty pageants and girls are getting to really work as hard as athletes. And
Yes,
some
yes.
people, yeah, I know that's true because I'm having this experience, but I know a lot of people might not agree with me. So I'll go with that answer.
Yeah. 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 I mean, it's no joke competing. I mean, it's no joke competing for a pageant like Miss Universe where you have to sacrifice your day job, you
Yes.
know, in order for a dream that you have been wanting to do ever since as a child. Yeah. So it's like competing in it because you have to showcase the very best of your ability, whether physical or mental, on stage for
Yeah, it's a tough
everyone
job.
to,
Yeah.
yeah. So no, yeah, I agree on that. So next question, which would you prefer? Being world class attractive, genius,
Hmm.
or famous for something doing great?
I'll have to say, if you do something great, then if it's great enough, maybe you're a genius. And if you're a genius, people at some point start finding you very attractive. So
I
I'll
like
go,
your mind. I like your
yes.
train of thought on. That's how you guys. That's how you ace your Miss Universe questions when they gave you these
Thank you,
types of
thank you.
questions.
So I'll
You
go for making something great.
Denise is training you well, huh?
You see?
Yeah. When you could have just pick out one answer, okay, because I like this, and then why don't we pick this so that we become this in
And
order
then
for
we,
us to be that?
it's
Yeah.
possible. Come on, it's possible.
So next question: who would you like to live life for a day?
It would be awesome to be one of the previous Miss Universe right now.
Ooh, who's your favorite Miss Universe title holder?
I don't think I have a favorite. I think every single one of them really made me feel like, oh, I want to be her. But I think in general, yeah, just having the life at least for a day of Saucy or I don't know, Pia. I don't know. I think it will be a great way to getting some insights on how I should do this and what things I should learn.
So basically, all the queens who came during IMG era. Pia,
Not necessarily. I mean, I always have in mind our own Suleika.
yeah,
Suleika was such an amazing queen, and like I said, regardless of the moment of queendom of the queen,
yes,
even if it was from the previous era or now, there
yes.
was always something to be admired. Like we talked about before, like there's a lot of transition of what Miss Universe platform offers, but it's always been about admiring women. So, yeah.
So I'm curious to ask, has Zulika reached out to you or even said offered her congratulations to you ever?
For now, no. I got to be very honest. Managing the social media is something sometimes very complicated. So I don't know if she commented on a picture or something. But for now, I've been very
Oh,
busy working. I'm pretty sure she's also very busy as well.
okay. Since you mentioned earlier that you weren't good at sports and wish that had you trained for one, you would have wanted to excel. So my next question is, if you could be an Olympic athlete, which sport would you compete in?
I love swimming. I think I will be a great swimmer.
Yeah, me too. Because, you know, there's grace, you know?
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
When you watch a swimming competition, you kind of like it's like hypnotizes you or something with the
Yes, yes.
I think I will be pretty good at it maybe if I train well.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, last two questions before we end this segment. Who is the funniest person you know?
Oh my God, my cousin, no, not my cousin, my nephew, the son of my
Uh,
brother. He's the cutest and when he walks like a zombie and he dances like crazy and like freestyle, he's the cutest human being and funniest human being.
uh,
I love
I
him.
wish I could meet him in my lifetime.
He's so cute. Johan, I love you. And he has the weirdest pet. It's like a chicken rooster with like a punk hair, and he's a pretty cool
Yeah.
kid.
Okay, last question. Would you date an ex of your close girlfriend?
Mm. I guess if it's meant to be. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, let's skip.
yeah,
Let's skip that.
if it's meant to be, sometimes we don't choose who we love. So if it goes through that line,
Why not? Okay, yeah. You cannot dictate what your heart says. If there's
yeah.
one
And
thing.
if it's a really good friend, then I guess the person would understand as well.
Yeah. All right, so now we go to the last part of the competition. I enjoyed doing that light fun questions with you. I think I got to know you a little bit better with that.
Yes.
So let's now go to the Miss Universe hard questions.
Ooh, okay, I'm
So
ready.
I came up with three hard questions, a la Miss Universe top five wordy questions. So I actually sent to your publicist for approval. So I hope you were able to. So, but anyway, since and she approved it, so probably you could answer or
Okay,
handle
now I'm
this.
scared. There was some approval there. I'm scared now.
So just think of this as a warm up or rehearsal for your
Okay,
top
okay.
five
No pressure, no
performance
pressure.
in Miss Universe. Okay. Since you know Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, one of the top five issues facing the U.S. voters in the last concluded elections is abortion. There are people who are for and against it. Excuse me. As someone who lives in a U.S. territory, do you think women's access to safe and legal abortion a form of women empowerment?
Um, when we talk about women empowerment, we're talking about making the process of choosing from females easier, so more
Yes.
accessible. And whether we approve of it or not, whether we support it or not, making safe and legal abortion accessible to women is promoting autonomy of women and the power that we have or the power that we should have to make choices the way that we want to do them. So in that sense, I guess it is a way of women empowerment.
Okay. There are no right or wrong answers here. You know,
I hope.
you know what? I've been watching a lot of Miss Universe. That it doesn't matter whether you're politically correct with your answer or not. What matters most is how you
How
deliver it
you, yeah, of
confidently
course.
on stage.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. And of course everyone would like to have a universally accepted answer. You know,
Yeah.
something that would be appealing to both sides. But you know, if you are very firm with your stand, then go for it. As long
Yes.
as you deliver it confidently on stage, it doesn't matter. Because I think that's what the judges are looking for you guys. They want to test they want to test how you will think very quick
Yeah, and
given a
how
very
how yeah.
polarizing question in front of a billion, thousand, billion, billions of audience watching you.
Yeah, and how you are, if you're really inspired and brave enough to push a little bit the boundaries. I think it's also about that.
Yeah, true. Okay, last two questions. Oh, I can't believe we're ending this. I'm having so much fun talking to you.
Oh, me too.
Okay. Globally, women have fewer opportunities for economic participation than men. Less access to basic and higher education, greater health and safety risk, and less political representation. Why do you think this is so? Why are we still having gender inequality issues even at this time and age?
Yeah, I think throughout history, the condition of being a woman has really translated into society at a lower scale and at a lower experience in every single definition of being at a lower space. And I believe that's because we have certain cultural values and cultural beliefs that might have led to the condition of women embedded in society to be like that. And in terms of what we're living in right now, I think it's just there's a lack of trust in what we women can offer and what we women can do. But I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful because, in general, speaking for both men and women, I think we're becoming aware that this is happening, that has
Yes.
been the reality for a long time, and now we are actually noticing it. And when you notice something, there's a bigger chance of identifying it as a problem or as something that has a potential to be transformed. And I'm very hopeful because I think that's the experience that we're having right now, both women and men, to be able to say and notice, okay, this is happening, shouldn't be like that. What can we do to make it better?
All right. Yeah. I wish there will come a time where, men and women will experience the same level of economic participation, receive the same amount of money regardless of what you do. Because I think
Yes.
women nowadays could be as much capable as what men could actually achieve, right?
Yeah, and yes, and I think the first step will be also to identify it as a problem and see if really people see it as a problem. Because as long as there is no problem and it's not something that is seen as an issue or a problem, then there's nothing to be done and there's no motivation to change it. But if you start, getting to understand it and seeing, there's something that needs to change, then there's bigger chance of changing. Yeah.
I like your train of thought.
Oh, thank you.
It's something. How can I explain this? I like how you think and
Thank you.
articulate it right there. Oh yeah, yeah. Because if you say something like this, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Something
but sometimes I go into a very deep moment of thought and I have to control myself because I can go very deep and
yes, yes. And
people
you have to
lose
be
the
mindful
interest
of
as well. So I need to make it happen in a short, synthesized
yeah.
way.
To be mindful, to be mindful of the 30-second limit. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. So last question. Oh, this is I can be this ending. So as we all we're all facing a pandemic right now that we don't know when it will end. So how do you think a beauty queen like you would still be relevant at this time?
Nowadays, beauty queens are leaders. There's no doubt about that. And in times of COVID, in times of pandemic, in times of fights for inequalities, you need leaders. So there's no doubt that the Miss Universe platform is still relevant, is still powerful, and is still in the potential of transformation with whatever society has to, offer. So it is super relevant, and I'm very happy and glad to be able to experience that platform and to be able to share my knowledge, share my thoughts, and to learn from the people that also believe in the platform.
You know what? You know what you just said? It could be your final word or final statement. I don't know. Beauty queens are leaders.
No, 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 no.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you saying that. Beauty queens are leaders who are like this and like that, and then you give us a particular example to make it more personable. And then you
Yes.
hit it home run with how you ended it. Wow.
Yeah, well, this is great practice, I have to say. So thank you so much.
I can now have a preview of how you will perform in your closer
That's
preliminary
some
interview.
VIP privilege right there.
If ever you get all the way, if you reach all the way to top 5 and 3 and hopefully that round,
Yes.
there's no doubt that you will be amazing on stage. So
Thank you.
thank you, Estefania, for this amazing opportunity to get to know you ahead of time. It has been such a wonderful time getting to know you.
I know. Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always fun. It's been a while since I last did a live. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Stefania. Yeah, we've been talking for almost an hour
An
already.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I never thought that we could have such a good time just by learning from each other's strengths
Yes.
and weaknesses. So thank you, Stefania, for this opportunity. Thank you to Miss Brenda. Hi, Miss Brenda, if you're
Yes.
still
Thank
up.
you,
Thank you
Brenda.
for Thank you for making this possible. And again, this is Adam Hinato, and it has been such a wonderful time getting to know this Miss Universe contestant all the way from Puerto Rico. So stay safe, guys. Stay safe and hydrated. And Estefania, thank you so much. Virtual hugs and kisses all the way from Manila right now.
Thank you so much, Adam. Have a great day. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in and spending some time with us. I'll send you a big
All right.
hug.
Yeah. Let's keep in touch.
Yes,
Even
we
after
will.
this. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Stefania. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Good night over there. Have a great
Good.
night. Have a
Thank
great
you.
night ahead.
And great day for you as well. Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye.
Thank
Mwah.
you.
Besos.
Besos.
Bye.